Hi, welcome to Gearheads. And if you haven't already watched us before, we talk about car companies A through Z. And today we're going to talk about Bugatti.
So this is Bugatti's racing, production, and legacy. It probably doesn't include everything that you want us to include. Sorry, but please leave comments down below. Okay, racing heritage. Bugatti, founded by Antoine Bugatti in 1909, quickly established itself as a powerhouse in both racing and luxury automobile production in the early 20th century. Bugatti cars dominated motorsports events like the Grand Prix races, Targa Florio, and Le Mans. Notable victories include the Bugatti's Type 35 unprotected success, winning over 1,000 races and multiple Grand Prix championships in the 1920s.
Wow, that's a lot of races.
Mm-hmm. The Bugatti Type 35C is very notable, and most people know it.
Yeah, we'll show you a picture right here, but this car is was a very cool looking car for the time, and it did very well. And I mean, as you see, with 1,000 races, in 1920, obviously that was a really good car.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to production and evolution. So Bugatti committed to excellent, extended beyond to the racetrack to its production cars. The brand hallmarks was exquisite craftsmanship, innovative engineering, and unrivaled performance. The Bugatti Royale, produced in the late 1920s, optimized luxury and opulence with only a handful ever made. Bugatti's production cars were renowned for their sleek design, advanced technologies, and uncompromising quality. So this car is it's actually very known, actually around pretty well as well, and we'll show you right here. But it's not really. It's not a sports car looking. And
it's more very long wheelbase.
Mm-hmm.
Long engine bay, and a not very tiny cab, but it's more a smaller cab.
Yeah, exactly. So it was definitely luxury, and it was kind of like one of those one-off deals. They're just like, but I guess it was a one-off because they made a handful, like not only a handful. It's so not many, but it was a very elegant car. Now I must say, I like luxury cars, but I'm not crazy into them, and I don't think it looks great. But I'm assuming in that era, it was actually a really cool looking car and very elegant for the time.
Very elegant, probably. Then this is the legacy and impact. Yeah. Sorry. The Bugatti's legacy is defined by its pursuit of perfection and uncompromising dedication to craftsmanship and performance. Despite facing financial challenges and changing ownership over the years, the Bugatti brand has maintained its status as a symbol of automotive excellence. The Bugatti Veyron, introduced in the early 2000s, redefined the limits of automotive engineering with its unprecedented speed and power, setting new benchmark for hypercars, which it definitely did.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. It beat the McLaren F1, which was the car before that had the top speed, and with its W16 quad turbo engine, it was definitely a rival for a lot of supercars or hypercars that were trying to beat it. And so it was a very, very, very fast and also a luxury car. So Bugatti actually had a benchmark just to say, hey, we are not just luxury, we are definitely performance.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just really good for the time. Everyone calls it the best supercar ever made. It's debatable, but
I don't really agree with that.
No, and nor do I, but it's what people have been saying, because I mean it did hit the top speed for that era. So
going on with it, Bugatti's impact extended beyond the automotive world, influencing art, design, and culture. Bugatti cars are celebrated for the timeless elegance and beauty, inspiring generations of enthusiasts and collectors. The brand's iconic horseshoe grille, distinctive two-tone paintwork, and signature styling elements have become synonyms with luxury and exclusivity. Can't say that word, but yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely Bugatti definitely was a huge impact in the supercar and hypercar world, and the two-tone paintworks they did that with the Veyron a lot more than the Chiron.
I'll say they did that with the Chiron with the light blue than the dark blue in the back.
Yeah, you're right, because they made the C look. That was the iconic look, was the two-tone blue. But they did the same thing with the Veyron. But you see that with the Veyron, it had just kind of like right there was like the so if there was two, say there was a door, and you had the bottom part and the top part, it was kind of like stacked. Whereas the Chiron was like a C, and
it was mixed. Perfect.
It was more defined. And obviously the Chiron is newer, and we'll get to that a little later. But they definitely have elegance, and their most iconic thing was their kind of like a door oval shape grille. It was very, very elegant, and they still do that that door grille look. I call it a door grill because it kind of does look like a door grill to me. It does kind of look like a door, but honestly, it was definitely a signature look for them. But anyways, we're gonna go to the modern era. So Bugatti continues to push the boundaries of the automotive innovation with the models like the Chiron and the Devo. We just talked about the Chiron, as you remember. So it's offering unparalleled performance and craftsmanship and luxury. It limited its production and runs as a bespoke customization option. Ensures the Bugatti cars to remain converted possessions for disconcerting clientele.
Yeah, the Devo is one of their newer cars.
Well, yes, it was, but that one was like way limited.
Oh yeah, it's very limited.
Very limited, and actually, that had the same kind of rear end. This, like, if you went side to side from the Chiron to the Devo, they look kind of the same. That's just the front and the back. They look like way different, and I think they actually made around the same. They made around the same amount of horsepower, and they were kind of like if I was asked, like, the only reason why anybody would get the Devo is just to say, yeah, I have the Devo, not the Chiron, because it was way more limited.
So this, the Cinnamon DC or the EV 110.
The EV 110.
Yeah. So the Cinnamon DC is a newer one, and it's based off the 110, and it's $9 million.
Yep.
It's only 46 kilograms lighter than the Bugatti Chiron.
Yep.
And it's actually slower.
I'm not surprised, because they worked so hard on the Chiron that they didn't, like, when they made this car, it was a one-off car. We'll show it right here, but it was just a one-off car. It, really, like, it wasn't one-off.
It's like the Countach.
Yes.
Like a reimagined version.
It was like just as rare as like a Sesto Elemento, and it was like, that's kind of what you kind of resemble, is like, because it did look like that, but they just didn't work as hard on that car. It was more like, yeah, I'm the coolest person. I'm the coolest person on the block, not because I'm not because I'm faster or a better performance than you, just because I'm rarer than you, which is kind of sad to see, because it's just like if you're gonna, like, if you have enough money, of course you can buy it, but I mean, if you want to buy that, then are you okay financially? Like, what are your thoughts going through that? Because it wouldn't make much sense. Because when buying something, you should think about what it can do compared to not just looks, but like to also performance as well.
Yeah. So there are only 10 units of that.
Yeah.
Boost.
Yeah, so it's definitely a rare car for sure, and it's not in my best interest to even like say like that's an amazing looking car. That's incredible. It's a really cool car, but it wasn't one of Bugatti's best ideal cars, I must say. So, in conclusion, Bugatti's legacy is a testament to the enduring pursuit of excellence, craftsmanship, and performance. From the racing triumphs to its iconic production cars, Bugatti has left an indelible mark on the automotive world, shaping the industry trajectory and inspiring admiration and awe for its generation to come.
Bugatti definitely is probably one of the most well-known car companies in the world.
Yes, it for sure is. It definitely set a mark, saying we're one of the top people, and and they did do a good job, but they're not my number one type of car. There are a lot of people's like, oh, if I was the best person, if I was like the millionaire or the billionaire I was, I knew I was settled when I had a Chiron. I'm just like, no, it's really because it was an overhyped car. Once you overhype something everybody wants and you just want to attack it, and so really they did a good job, but it's not actually as good as people say it is. I believe like the Lamborghini Aventador, I don't think it's a very good car, but everyone's like, oh, it's a statement. It's the coolest car ever. But I mean, look at the performance in them. They really aren't that cool. But I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying these things, but I mean, it's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Very much.
Yeah. You got any thoughts going?
Yes, I agree with you. You can't overhype something very much because a bunch of people want it. But if it's a big failure, no one wants to do anything with it anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, props to the people that actually overhyped it because it was a big boom right there. Everybody wanted one, so good for them, you know. But speaking of opinions, let's get to rankings. So, where should we rank this car? If you haven't figured it out already, we do car rankings as well, and on this podcast, and we mainly talk about all the cars A through Z, but then we rank the car companies. And for last place right now, it's Acura. And just because of the fact that we don't like Acura, because we are very biased. Because overall, like at Gearheads here, we like the performance side, and so we're going to be very judgmental on their performance side, and Acura didn't show great performance compared to all the other cars we've done. And so but getting into it, our car rankings are right now: first place is Audi, then it's Bentley, AC, Aston Martin, BMW, Alfa Romeo, Alpine, Apollo, and Acura. We'll show the list right here before, and now where should we rank it? I would say probably below Aston Martin, but above BMW. I think it's a good spot for it. So, what do you think? What are your opinions on this?
I'd say it should go fifth.
Okay.
Between Aston Martin and BMW.
Well, because Bugatti they're definitely like really cool, but we like Aston Martin, and we think Audi's a really good company. Bentley's a lot more luxurious and very well priced, and AC, they're like one-off, like we're ready to rock cars. Aston Martin, we just love them, but BMW, they're pretty well, but Bugatti is very renowned, and they do a really good job for what they do. But because I feel like they're a little overpriced for what they are, because they have so many, like they have the Chiron, the Super Sport, the Pure Sport. They could just keep going, and I don't even know which one's the best one. I'm being honest, but that I'll be honest, like they're not the craziest thing. Like I've seen GTRs race against them, and of course they always blow up. But what's $300,000 compared to $3 million? I mean, that's silly. So I say 5th place is a good place for him.
Right, very good place.
Very good place for him. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we'll be next on our next podcast. Thank you for watching.
And please comment if you got any opinions or anything.
Yep, and please excuse us because we are also not very intelligent for, reading.
Reading.
We're not the
We're
smartest.
still new to this.
We are very new to this, and we'll try to keep going as we're at it. But again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Yep.